Hello my lovelies, it's Trina. Welcome back to my channel. So, Clean Perfume, which you can find on cleanbeauty.com, is an American company founded in 2013 by Randy Schinder. I've never personally been one to simply smell of any type of cleaning agent, so these fragrances I'm going to share with you today were originally inspired by the simple beauty in a bar of fragrant soap. I was never interested, but hey, the company has branched out a wee bit, to say the least. They've created over 70 different blends over the years, and you'd be hard-pressed to find fault with the company's philosophies, which are centered around sustainability and safety. I somehow found myself in possession of a whole bunch of these cute little travel collections here. There's 6 in the box that I got from their Reserve collection, which was pretty easy to find here in Japan, as this brand is definitely appealing to the Japanese fragrance aesthetic, which I find generally a little boring, outside the sphere of Hinoki anyway, which is a beautiful wood scent from Japan. The original Clean fragrance, I should mention, titled simply Clean, was first in a successful series of admittedly and delightfully unpretentious scents that celebrate pleasant aromas such as freshly showered skin, fresh laundry, and crisp cotton t-shirts. And I think I'm going to need these scents today because it is so hot. I am sweating. I hope this doesn't come off on camera. It's so hot here now. But there is nothing remotely skanky in these scents, and I do like a dash of some sort of skank in my fragrances, I must admit. Anyway, let's dig into these goodies. I'm going to Canada for a few weeks this summer, coming very soon, so I figure I should take some travel gems like these with me and leave them with mates should I not get through them or decide not to use them. Or actually, some on my list I'm bringing with the sole intention of gifting. Hard for a perfume addict to do, you know? If I'm not regular with posts during the month of August, it's because I may be taking a wee YouTube break. I don't plan to bring all my equipment with me, so it might not happen, but we'll see. Now, I believe there are a total of 15 fragrances in the Clean Reserve collection, which is a line featuring ethically sourced, sustainable, farm-to-fragrance ingredients. I only have 6. I have no idea if this is a random sampling or a bestseller collection. It could be that the ones I have are simply the first 6 releases. I'll have to check on that. Hold on. Yes, and the ones I have here in front of me are Blonde Rose or Rose, Citron Fig, Rain, Sel Santal, Sueded Oud, and Warm Cotton. And these ones did come out earliest. So I guess as they've added more to the collection, it means that it's doing well. I believe the most recent launch in this collection was called Lush Fleur, launched in 2021, but obviously I don't have that. I'll give you my ranking of the 6 that I have at the end of the video and timestamp everything below in case you want to go right to a specific fragrance. But I'm not going to talk about these for long. I haven't had a chance to test performance on these, and with the little sniffing I have done, cannot speak to development over time either, except for what I've read. All 6 of these fragrances are marked as unisex, by the way. That means they probably won't be either very floral or very fougere, a good thing for yours truly. So here we go. Watch me sniff. Warm Cotton is first. Yes. Yes, this is a floral aldehyde or aldehydic scent launched in 2016. It's relaxing, comforting, and I think it was conceived in the laundry dryer and delivered right onto your skin. There's no bloody birthing debris for those who don't like minerally metallic smells. And I don't either, actually. It's very nice. It's like freshly laundered sheets at a high-end hotel, so if you like that sort of thing, it'll definitely be up your alley. Here are the notes. Water Accord? What the heck is that? And why isn't benzoin listed? I do believe this balsamic sweet resin that is benzoin might be used here, with a light touch at the base. Benzoin has a comforting quality that draws you in. Or perhaps this is the incense they're referring to here. In any case, the fragrance is pleasant to my nose. The person I see wearing this is less into perfume though, and more into smelling fresh and clean. Personally, I would prefer something like this in candle form, but I might consider spritzing my pillows with it before taking a nap. I do find it more damp and cool than dry and warm, however. It's bright though. Thank you, aldehydes. And it's clean and it's pure, it's refreshing. It's Tide brand laundry detergent, sharp, aquatic, and green, with a splash of splendor and to some a handful of headache, I imagine. Not much sexy, but lots of cozy and pretty photorealistic, if I'm being honest. Next is Blonde Rose. Blonde Rose. Let's put this on the other side of my tester strip here. So this is a floral woody musk, also launched in 2016. Here are the notes. Water notes, eh? I wonder what they're thinking there. Okay, so I thought I was gonna like this one based on the notes alone, but I don't know if it's the aldehydes or those so-called water notes, but this fragrance is a pass for me. It's a clean scent with a backing of synthetic woody rose, but more musky aldehydes than anything else. It starts off both dewy and crisp and then quickly turns into something more vegetal and rooty, maybe celery and tomato leaves. But I do detect a little bit of ashtray that's been emptied and wiped with Kleenex dipped in baby oil, but not thoroughly cleaned. Yeah, there's ashtray in here. It's weird. Okay, pass on this one. Okay, next we have Citron Fig. Let's spray up this. Ah, very bright. Okay, so this was released in 2016 as well. Yeah, they're all from 2016, I think. Now I'm a huge lover of fig fragrances, so I had high hopes for this one, and it's not really disappointing here. Here are the notes. So there's both ginger and cardamom in here, which I admit gives this interest. A slightly, like a nutty and mildly spicy feeling to it. But the lemon facet is slightly sharp and a bit a la bug spray, if you know what I mean. Like more like citronella candle, or yeah, so I wouldn't call it a reserve fragrance, but gosh, I really enjoy the fig. It's succulent, and when you make the effort to detect it, like it's not right in your face, but it is there, and it gives me radiantly happy vibes. And I do imagine that the mosquitoes back in Canada might also take less of an interest in my flesh should I douse myself with this stuff, but I'd have to keep spraying because neither the lemon nor the fig have a reputation for longevity. Highly wearable. Okay, next we have Sueded Oud. Oud. Should be oudi. Okay, this is a woody floral musk fragrance which has not even the slightest trace of oud in it, in my opinion. I do rather enjoy the note list though. Here it is. Olibanum Tears, Temple Oud. Good lingo, I'll admit. Lots of fun stuff in this juice. Bushman Candle is apparently a thorny bush with an aromatic sticky sap. Très intéressant, no? I was hoping for at least a hint of oud here, but actually, I'm not disappointed with the smell of this one. It's soft and somewhat jammy, but airy. It's also sticky like a light sweet syrup of some sort. And suede is a good word to describe this fragrance because it's a little sensual and creamy and skin-like and cozy. And there's a hot and dry smokiness to it that tempers the sweetness. The smoke isn't heavy though, and there's some sort of floral breeze bottled in here that blows anything heavy away. So even though the notes would suggest it's more for cold weather, this is so pumped up with air and that floral tone that it will do well in warmer weather and even humid weather, I feel. I want to wear this today. I would imagine this is a good one for layering too. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had some perfume issues. Someone suggested that this fragrance reminds them of a Middle Eastern fragrance called Durham by Al Zafaran, I think it is. And I have that fragrance, and I just went to test it to compare. And unfortunately my bottle broke, so much for that comparison. I can't speak to it, but that was interesting, and I'm gonna have to clean out my drawer because I think I dropped it and stuff broke. I hate it when that happens. Another thing that several people have written is that this fragrance is like a diet by the fireplace, But I'm sorry, folks, I disagree with that as well. I mean, I completely understand where people are coming from with the word diet concept because it is so light. But to me, there is just not enough tar or resin or sweetness in the scent for it to be comparable and valid. It's its own thing. In line with the clean ethos, there is nothing animalic here. So don't be put off by the word oud if you're an anti-skank perfume person. We have less in common, you and I, then, because I really would have loved this scent even more if there's a little more oud in it. But this is designed for the mass consumer, more in the Western market. So yeah, if you're a fragrance connoisseur who's into the weirder stuff, you might not. Actually, you probably might like this anyway. It's lovely. Okay, next on the agenda is something called Rain, bottled Rain. This isn't the first time I've tried a fragrance called Rain. There was one from Demeter I tried a little while back, not on my channel, and that's a real cheapy fragrance, and I really enjoyed it. So this is gonna have to do better than that one because, you know, this brand of perfume is a little pricey, I think. I mean, for what it is and how long it lasts. I mean, I haven't, from what I've read, these don't last very long. Okay, I know a lot of people are gonna like this one. Rain is an aromatic aquatic released in, you guessed it, 2016. And according to Fragrantica, the notes in this one are really simple. Bergamot, white flowers, and patchouli. But the brand website lists something a little bit different. Here are the notes. So again, I love these evocative terms that this company's come up with. The entire rainforest in a note. I would say the marketing team is most successful in conjuring up a scent profile. Pure, simultaneously fresh and warm, and also exotic perhaps? Dewy plants and flowers native to the Amazon, you think? I'd buy it. The opening is fresh, mossy, citrusy, and somewhat soapy, but later this, you know, I'm not speaking of major development, within a minute or so, I'd say, this morphs into something pretty, you know, clean and inoffensive. Nothing to write home about, but I do like the wet branches and moss effect provided by the patchouli, and that's what I'm talking about that comes out, atop which there's been poured some warm cucumber juice. Now, warm cucumber juice sounds pukey, but it's actually pleasant. And apparently this fragrance was designed as an upgrade to a discontinued fragrance of the same name in the main line. There are several fragrances out there, as I said, that bear the same name as Rain. And yeah, I still recommend the one by Demeter. It's evocative of Rain in a similar way, but Rain from Demeter is much more affordable. And here's the last one, my friends. It is Sel Santal. I sprayed it here. Yes, another 2016 launch. I guess they were all launched at the same time in a set. Yeah, so obviously we're talking salt and sandalwood here, and apparently this was inspired by the textures of sun-bleached driftwood on the shores. And yeah, I get it. Here are the notes. Yeah, there's some good textures in here. But nutmeg? Nutmeg tonic? Yeah, again, well done. There's indeed a dash of herbal spices in here, and it does kind of feel like a gin tonic on the top. The Striax adds depth to the scent. Hazelnut cream. There's creaminess in here, but I think it's probably coming from the sandalwood, and maybe there's a nutty part of it that evokes hazelnut. I very much doubt there's real sandalwood in here. Sandalwood is extremely expensive. There's some sort of fake compound in here that's emulating that. Yeah, this is a deep woody fragrance that combines fruity and salty sea notes with sandalwood and amber. And what immediately came to mind for me, at least in theory, was Le Labo Santal 33. But in practice, it reminds me more of this scent, Energetically New York, which is a new release that I haven't reviewed yet, from Zara and Joe Malone. And yeah, very similar type of Santal scent, I think. This one is a little screechy. This one's smoother, I think, actually. Of course, Le Labo is better, okay? You get what you pay for, but that's a lot of money for Le Labo. And I think if you're gonna If you want a Santal fragrance between these two, this one's going to be super cheap, but a little harsh at the beginning. This one's pretty nice, but very salty. Make no mistake, they're not dupes. They remind me of Santal 33, but they're not the same, right? Now, there's something interesting in this one I find that differentiates it, and that is pickle juice. It must be the salt, but I feel like there's a cucumbery, pickly, salty note in here that's kind of, I'm not sure if I like it or not like it, but I'll say it's original. Okay, so here's my rating. The bottom of the pack is Blonde Rose, I think it is. Yeah, this scent Blonde Rose. This just, I wouldn't wear this at all, so it's definitely a pass. Next is Warm Cotton. This does the job well. It's not very warm, but it's just not my type of scent, and I wouldn't wear it to go out in. I just wear it on my bed sheets, basically. Citron Fig is in the middle at number 3. And I like the fresh but faded fig vibe here, but the lemon is a bit screechy, a little bit, but it's pleasant. I can't say no to fig. Number 2 is Sel Santal, simply because I do love myself some sandalwood. And the top is going to be the Sueded Oud, even though there's no oud in here. I think this is a very well blended fragrance overall, and I might not give this one away. I may have to use it. Don't know how long they're going to last though. I would imagine that if there is some sort of oud component in here, this very well might last a little bit longer, as might the Sel Santal. But the other ones, they're probably very fading, very fleet. Now, not important to some of you, but I must admit I'm a fan of the packaging. It's appropriately minimalistic, and the wood textured caps, not real wood likely, but maybe they are actually. They might just be. Anyway, it's a nice touch for the top, for the cap. The regular clean fare of packaging is nowhere near as attractive as these, I think. Another note, I haven't commented much on the performance of these, but I have read, and I do predict that they won't be very long lasting. You're probably going to have to respray every few hours. And I would find that acceptable for a cheapy fragrance. And like Zara, for example, I mean, you don't pay much for these, so I don't mind spraying them every few hours. But these actually come with a bit of a designer price tag. And by that, I mean a US dollar for one, I don't know, 1 milliliter. So, you know, 100 milliliters is basically $100. And, you know, if I'm paying that much, that's, I guess, standard these days, but still, for that much money, I kind of want, if I'm buying at retail, which I rarely do, by the way, but if I'm buying a retail price fragrance for $100 a full bottle, I would like it to last, you know? Overall, these fragrances are in the nice, fresh out of the shower, office friendly, because they have next to no sillage category. They're inoffensive, they're pleasant, they're very unisex, but maybe not particularly that original. And okay, I think I'll wrap it up here, my lovelies. Have you tried anything from this line, from Clean Beauty, or any other clean fragrances? Which is your favorite? I look forward to your comments and seeing you in my next video, whenever that is. Scent Gourmand signing out. Mwah.